rolling, check. Come and stay on the hardwood.
Pump bacon, rib shaking,
Chilling with. I be rolling out, rolling
off
out.
the hardwood.
Off the hardwood, straight.
Coming up on Off the Hardwood, Paul Jones visits Raptors forward Morris Peterson at his waterfront pad, where he takes in a Michigan State game, talks about growing up in Flint, winning an NC2A championship, and what's it like trying to guard Michael Jordan.
Hey, off the hardwood.
Off the hardwood.
Welcome to another edition of Off the Hardwood. I'm your host, Paul Jones, and today we are nowhere near the hardwood, actually. We're hanging out with the second-year man from the Toronto Raptors, MoPete. And Mo, thanks for having us over to your place, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
What's it like, man? You're in a whole new country now. It's the second year, away from home. I know you were a 5-year college player. Tell us about your adjustment to Toronto.
Well, it really hasn't been much different. I mean, obviously the NBA life and the college life, are different. But my parents, everybody still get a chance to come to my games. I'm on my own right now, so I guess that's the biggest difference. When I was in college, whenever I wanted to go home, I could go home, and get a good home-cooked meal. But I'm having fun, doing what I like doing, playing basketball, living my life, and just enjoying myself.
I was kind of surprised to see that there was no one here because I know your family are really important in your life and they come up to visit you a lot. What about the influence of your mom and dad? I know they were both athletes too. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah. They both were athletes. They really taught me a lot, not only about athletics, but a lot about life. My parents, I grew up with both teachers in the house, so I mean they always stress education, education, education. So I knew from day one that I was going to have to get a college degree, or my father used to always tell me, Morris, when you turn 18, you're going to have to get out the house and do something. But I found basketball early on in sports. I always stayed involved because, I was a competitor just from day one. I told myself when I was 5 years old I was going to be in the NBA.
You have 2 sisters, and a guy growing up with 2 sisters. What was that like?
It was tough. It was tough. Hey, a lot of people grow up with, older brother. I grew up with older sisters. So I think they were more hard on me than a brother would be, because, we used to compete in everything, see who could, when we get out the car, see who can run to the porch the fastest. Everything in the house was real competitive. And my mother then used to egg it on and, encourage it. So because, for me personally, I was the youngest, so I used to follow my sisters around. But whenever I wanted something, I used to brag. So they used to make a conscious effort to beat me just so I couldn't brag.
Now, they were basketball players too.
Yeah.
Where did they play?
My older sister played at Alabama State. She played there for 4 years. My other sister played at Alabama State for a couple years. Then she transferred to Dillard University, and she stopped playing basketball. But we still going to gym every now and then, and she still has it.
So what are they doing now, your sisters?
It's kind of ironic because both of them are teachers. My older sister, Tonda, she lives in Houston, Texas. She's a teacher. She's been teaching for about 6 years. And my other sister, she's 2.5 years older than me. She's teaching back at home in Flint. This is her first year, so she's really enjoying it.
Now, you talk about Flint. At one time at Michigan State, you had 4 of you from Flint, yourself, Matine, Andre, all you guys from Flint. How did that work out?
It was good. It was good having people that I grew up with in school because, my team, Charlie, Antonio, all us, we grew up together as kids. Our parents all knew each other. So we would always be in the gym, I would see, my first time seeing my team, I was like 7 years old, and he was in the gym. We were playing the 10 in the game, and I was looking at him like, man, this guy is good. He's good, and it was just kind of strange all going to the same school, but growing up, we talked about it. What if we went to the same school? And everything worked out. I had fun in college, was able to share that experience with them, and we're all like brothers.
Well, it's a Saturday afternoon. Your boys, you're wearing your colors. Your boys are on TV inside. So why don't we go inside, talk a little bit about Michigan State, and we'll get a chance for you to watch your team.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool.
We'll be back. Stay with us. We're heading in to watch the game.
You have to have the snacks when you're watching the game. When you're watching the Michigan State game, see, I got the cookies, the Pepsi, the Tostitos with the salsa. Just sit back, relax, watch the game, enjoy it. Yes, yes.
It's hard watching a game with a guy who has a rooting interest in it, and we're watching your team. But Mo, there's another picture over here of a Michigan State team, the national championship team from 2000. Some of these guys in the NBA now, Mateen Cleaves, Jason Richardson. And this is the second chance. What was it like after losing the first time?
Well, to tell you the truth, the first time we lost in the Final Four, I cried like it was my last game. All the guys did. We felt like we had worked hard that year, and we felt like we had a chance. But it definitely helped us confidence-wise. We knew going into the next year that we were going to win it because nobody had worked harder than us.
What kind of motivation did Tom Izzo give you guys?
Well, you know what? I don't even think we really need any motivation. That's the biggest motivation, making it to the Final Four and realizing that we got most of our guys back. We got seniors on the team. My team, he stayed. He was going to leave after that year, but he ended up staying. So we knew we were going to win from day one, from the first practice.
Was there talk with some of the former Michigan State great players? Greg Kelser, he's doing this game on TV now. Magic Johnson. What kind of an influence did they have? Well,
they had a big influence. Greg Kelser. He's always done our games, and he would just talk to us, talk to me. Just tell me to go out there and play hard, keep playing, everything will work out. And Magic, he would give me a call. I would be sitting in my dorm room and he would call you and, hey, what's up, young fella? I'm like, hey, what's up, Magic? Our relationship, outside of basketball with the former players, they're great. Steve Smith, he's a guy I really look up to. And that's how we do now. I call those guys all the time and let them know, to keep working hard. When things weren't working out at the beginning of the season, I told them to keep their heads up, call in the office all the time. And they respect that because, they see where I came from and they're trying to get to where I am. And I'm just trying to give them an open path so they can succeed like I'm doing.
Mo, who was your favorite player growing up? A lot of guys, coming up, looked at you and Mateen and this team, kids in that area. Who was your favorite player growing up?
My favorite player I had three favorite players. And I'm not being biased because they're from Michigan State. Magic, I always looked up to him because Magic, he did so many things. He didn't have to score all the time. He could pass the ball and make it look, better. And Steve Smith and Isaiah Thomas when he played with the Pistons. Those three guys. I would, bend over backwards just to, say hi to them when I was younger. If I had a chance to.
So what's it like now when, obviously you were a Piston fan, being close to Detroit? What's it like now when you go back to play at the Palace of Auburn Hills, a place where you watched, championship series and trophies being presented? What's it like going back to play there?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I get a big ovation, though, when I go back. When they introduced my name last game, I felt like I was at home. What I mean? They always welcome me back with open arms, and that's why whenever I go home, and the kids and stuff, everybody wants me to sign an autograph. I stay there all day before the game and sign all the autographs because they showed the appreciation when I was at Michigan State, and I just feel we're all like family.
All right, well, Mo, the game's on. Let's go sit down and check out the game and see how your Spartans are doing.
See, you have to have the snacks when you're watching the game. When you're watching the Michigan State game, see, I got the cookies, the Pepsi, the Tostitos with the salsa. Just sit back, relax, watch the game, enjoy it. You can feel free to dig in.
All right,
if you want
I will.
to. But you can't eat it all up though.
Why
you
not?
only have a couple, man, because I gotta eat. I gotta get ready for the game. Michigan State Spartans.
Now, Mo, you guys have this thing happening between Flint and Michigan State University. It seems to be some kind of pipeline happening from Flint downstate to East Lansing.
Yeah, you know, it started with Antonio Smith. You know, he opened the doors. You know, he was the first guy to commit. You know, we came out the same year, but he was the first guy to commit, and you know, Michigan State was recruiting me. So he's like, let's make this happen. You know, my team coming in next year. You know, we had a guy from our high school that graduated a couple years before me, named Anthony Moore. He went to junior college, so he was going there. So, you know, all Antonio had to do was just tell me, you know, ask me, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to Michigan State.
So you go from Flint to East Lansing to Michigan State, and then now you jump to the NBA. Rookie season, big jump, but you have an advantage because you're a 5-year player or a 5-year college person. Were you disappointed draft day when some of the guys who didn't have as much college experience as you did were drafted before you?
Well, I was a little disappointed. One thing I never wanted to do was get caught up in, you know, what people would say, how high, you know, you get drafted and things like that. You know, they were predicting me to be a lottery pick, and I never listened to it because you never know what can happen on draft day. You know, some teams like to go young, some teams like players with more experience. Just different things go on. It's always crazy. So, I mean, I was a little disappointed, but when I found out I was coming to Toronto, I was excited.
Take us back to draft day. What was it like when you heard your name called and you started to make your way toward the stage, and then you realized, I mean, you're going to Toronto and you're going to be playing with Vince Carter?
I was excited. When they called my name, you know, I put the hat on, walked up, shook David Stern's hand, and I mean, that's one of the most memorable moments, you know. I mean, because not too many people get an opportunity to get drafted and get to walk on that stage, and you know, I just feel blessed. And you know, then to find out, I was going to be playing with, you know, guys like Vince Carter and Antonio Davis, you know, those guys, and you know, and Charles Oakley when he was here. I thought it was going to work to my advantage because you know, those guys, you know, are great players. They work hard. And I was just excited on trying to get on the court.
The first year you come to Toronto as a rookie, and I noticed your locker is right beside Vince's. What kind of an influence did he have on you? And you talked about some of the other veterans too. Talk about them helping you out.
Well, from day one, you know, Vince, you know, kind of took me up on his wing. He came to training camp, you know, coming right over from the Olympics. So, you know, first day in training camp, I mean, he's over there talking to me, helping me out, defensive situations, doing stuff. And I mean, from day one, you know, we kind of clicked. And, you know, we just kept it going from there. I mean, even Antonio, you know, in the summertime when I came down for a couple of days, he was here. And he come up, what's up? He called me Maurice, though. He said, what's up, Maurice? I still tease him about that, too. But he gave me his number, like, you know, you need anything, call me. I mean, I think that really helped me out.
This year, you had a chance to play against Michael Jordan. I mean, cover him straight up, one-on-one, you and Michael. You got to let us in on what that felt like.
Well, it wasn't easy, I can tell you that. You can't touch that. You can't touch that guy. I'm sorry. You can't touch him. I mean, he's a great player, and I really respect him because he works hard and he's made, you know, the Washington team a lot better. And but you know, I can remember one instance when I was on the court and I got up close to him. I mean, like, you know, I was playing defense on him because I think he had scored a couple times. And the ref looked at me and was like, "Get off of him, bag up." And me and Coach Wilkins were on the side like, huh? You know, I mean, we were just puzzled because, I mean, you can't touch him. But, I mean, I guess that's what happens when you know, regard as the best player.
Well, earning some respect, and last year you certainly earned some respect as a member of the all-rookie team. Were you surprised that you were able to progress that quickly?
Well, I worked hard, and I felt like, you know, if I work hard, you know, all the other individual things will come. And, I mean, I think I earned it, and I think that, I'm on the path of where I want to be. You know, that was one of my goals. It was to make the all-rookie team and, you know, playing the rookie all-star game, and I achieved some of my goals.
All right, well, your boys seem to have pulled away a little here. I noticed you trying to kind of keep an eye on things.
Spartans, that's the Flint product right there. Scoring, doing the little things, getting excited, like that.
How hard is it for you to watch these guys play?
How hard?
How hard is it knowing that? I mean, your heart is still there in a sense. How hard is that?
Well, I mean, actually, you know, I feel comfortable with those guys out there. You know, Coach has done a great job with them. You know, sometimes I think back like, man, what if I had one more year in college, you know? I mean, I think every player does that, you know. Your college days, I mean, you know, they say are your best days of your life. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm having fun where I am now.
Do you think, Mo, you had an advantage over some of the guys that didn't have a college life, guys like Darius Miles, people that were drafted in front of you? Do you see yourself with an advantage over some of those guys?
I think so. I think it helped me, not more, you know, I think, you know, me going to college and has helped me more mentally, you know, physically also, but more mentally, helped me prepare for games more, you know, better. And, you know, as opposed to guys who coming out of high school, they're not really ready mentally. So, I mean, in that aspect, I think, you know, that, I mean, for me personally, that was the best choice for me, you know, as far as staying in school. But I talk to my cousin, Jonathan Bender, a lot, and you know, sometimes he says, man, you know, what if I ever went to college for a year, you know? I mean, he kind of wonders, you know, how it would have been if he would have went to college. So we talk about that sometimes. If you just glance at it, it looks real. Oh man, you missed it. I had this guy running around my place talking about, man, Mo, quit playing. I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes.
I'm not a snake person.
Time now for our Off the Hardwood Raptors trivia. Last week's question was, how many Final Fours did Hakeem Olajuwon appear in at the University of Houston? The answer, 3. The Houston Cougars, led by Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon, lost in the semifinals in 1982, lost to North Carolina State in the 83 finals, and were beaten by Georgetown also in the finals the next year. This week's question is, MoPete has a second cousin who plays for the Indiana Pacers. Name him. Send your answers to us at offthehardwood@torontoraptors.com. Off the Hardwood trivia winners will receive official Jerome Junkyard Dog Williams clothing.
I'm excited about, you know, getting back to the playoffs. You know, once you get a taste of it, you want to go back again. That's what Olajuwon told me about winning the championship. Once you win, you just get so hungry. You want to do whatever you can to get back. That's goaltending. That's goaltending, baby. Count them. I mean, oh, we all right. We up 11. We're going to be all right first half.
Welcome back, and now we're with a guy who not only made the first team all-rookie team, he gets a chance to play in the playoffs because, Mo, not a lot of guys get drafted as rookies because they usually go to bad teams, and now you get a chance to play in the playoffs. What was that whole experience like?
It was a unique experience.
How different is the playoffs intensity-wise?
Well, I mean, it's a lot different. I mean, guys last year during the year would be like, Mo, the playoffs, you know, it's you know, the regular season a lot different from the playoffs, and I used to, you know, laugh like, you know, okay, but you never know how it is until you get there. I mean, just the excitement, you know, it's kind of like a NCAA tournament game. But I had fun, you know, just coming out of college and playing in the playoffs. Not too many, you know, first-year players get a chance to do that.
Mo, in the playoffs, you were put on the bench in favor of another player. How did that affect you?
Well, I think my experience at Michigan State with me staying 5 years, you know, being through a program where, you know, you put the team first, and I've always been a team guy. But, you know, one thing Coach told me was like, you know, Mo, you know, he told me the reason why. You know, he told me, you know, we're going with, you know, Chris Childs because, you know, he has more experience. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. You know, he had more experience. He knew what the Knicks did. And I think it helped us. It helped us win the series. So you can, you know, I had to respect the decision that Coach made because, I mean, he's a great coach. You know, he knows what he's doing, and you know, you just have to put your faith into it. And you know, he always told me, make sure you're ready. Make sure you're ready. So you know, when I get out there again, I can make sure I was ready.
Well, one of the great compliments comes in a quote from Pat Riley, who said, "I like the kid. I think he's a great shooter." And then you go past the Knicks series into the Philadelphia series, and you go to 7 games, and you have a big game in Game 6. How easy was it to stay that ready, knowing that there was so much on the line?
Well, I was excited. I was pumped up. You know, Coach came to me and said, Mo, we're going to start you.
And a change in the Raptors lineup. Boris Peterson, who is named to the all-rookie first team today, will start at forward. His first start since Game 1 against the New York Knicks. With the score right now. take this up to 7-pointer. Peterson, it's another play.
I was excited. I was ready to go out there and, watch on the sidelines, try to get some experience just from watching different situations. And I just thank God that, I had the opportunity to go out there and show what I can do.
How hard is it after getting such a big taste in your first year, getting to the 7th game of the conference semifinals? How hard is it to rebound or come back from that and go through the regular season again the next year?
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited about, getting back to the playoffs. Once you get a taste of it, you want to go back again now. And that's what Elijah told me about winning the championship. Once you win, you just get so hungry. You want to do whatever you can to get back. And I think that, we're in a good position to, be in the playoffs. So, I just, been trying to take one day at a time. That's the main thing you want to do is take one day at a time and not look ahead. Because in this league, if you look ahead, you can get burned. So, just trying to take one day at a time. When the playoffs come, make sure we're ready. I got 1 year up under my belt as far as experience, and I think it's looking good.
Alvin Williams to MoPete with a good look for three. Bucket. Past the block. Carter to MoPete. To Peterson. Puts it on the floor with a pull-up, Jay. Got it. That's outscoring the Raptors 18-8 with points in the paint. And Peterson with a mojo going. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man, we up 10.
His lead is slipping, man.
I know. We're going to be all right. And I want everybody to know that this guy is scared of snakes. I got this this fake snake, right? So everybody who come over, I'm a practical joker. People don't know that. I'm kind of quiet sometimes, but every time somebody comes over, I grab this snake and I walk up close to him. And, if you just glance at it, it looks real. Oh, man, you missed it. I had this guy running around my place talking about, man, Mo, quit playing. I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes.
I'm not a snake person.
Man, his name is Bobo. That's what I call him because, he scare everybody.
Now, you talk about practical jokes. Mm-hmm. Who are the biggest practical jokers on the team?
Oh,
I hear Dale's pretty good.
Dale Curry is the biggest practical joker. He's always joking, always smiling about something. So whenever you're around him, you got to watch out because he might try to get you.
Who are your best friends on the team, Mo? Who do you hang out with most? I'm surprised that you're here by yourself. Maybe because nobody wanted to come and watch Michigan State with you. But
see, those guys get mad when I talk about Michigan State. National champions. There's only a couple of us in the locker room that got national championships. So whenever somebody say something, I might be like, "Yo, if you don't have any championships, you can't say nothing to me right now." And Vince is kind of mad because Carolina is like, oh, they just horrible. I don't even want to tell their record because it's embarrassing. So he's kind of upset. I told him I was, coming to watch the game today. Told him, if he want to come by, I give him a Michigan State jersey or something, So he was kind of upset because, we up 10. First half is almost over. We got this game. I think we're going to pull it out.
All right, well, Mo, you pulled out a lot of stops on me. The snake. We had a chance to watch your team today. Want to thank you for hanging out with us, man, and thanks for having us over. Appreciate it. And I want you to stay with us because we'll see you next week off the hardwood.
That's right.
I'll be getting my kids off the hardwood.
Stay.
Alley-oop it, quit shooting.